everyone, welcome back to Morgan's Movie Collection. I'm very excited because I have a whole bunch of new purchases to show you all today. Seems to have been a little bit of a while since I filmed one of these because I have been buying quite a bit all summer, really. I have 14 movies to show you today, all from Arrow Academy. Predominantly noir movies, because if you've been paying any sort of attention to my Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, you may have seen that I've been watching an awful lot of noir lately, and I'm on a real kick of it. I have been kind of all year. I've been on a real film noir kick, so predominantly all these 14 movies that I have in a lovely stack here are noir movies. And a few of which I have watched already since buying them. And I think I actually bought these in two... I didn't buy them all together, I bought them in two trips, I think, as well as a couple of other things that I will very likely show you very soon on a movie collection video. But let's get straight on into them, otherwise we will be here all day. The first one I have to show is, like I said, they're all Arrow Academy Blu-Rays, bunch of features, all that kind of great stuff, as usual. The first one is Sweet Smell of Success, with Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis. I will read the back for you. It's one of the darkest films ever to come out of the Hollywood mainstream, both literally and figuratively. This spellbindingly cynical study of Machiavellian media machinations is in a neon-drenched New York City. It was the first and best American film by Alexander McKendrick, who already had several Ealing Studios classics in his CV, such as Whiskey Galore, The Man in the White Suit, Mandy and the Lady Killers, when he crossed the Atlantic. Considering his star status, Burt Lancaster was famously fearless when it came to risking audience sympathies, and he gives one of his most memorable performances as ruthless gossip columnist J.J. Hunsaker, who will go to any lengths to break up his sister's unsuitable romance, even if it means destroying the reputation of press agent Sidney Falco, Tony Curtis. Brilliantly scripted by Clifford Odets and Ernest Lehman from the latter's autobiographical short story, and filmed in gleaming monochrome by legendary cinematographer James Wong Howe, Sweet Smell of Success is one of the greatest and most clear-eyed of all American films, lifting up the stone of 50s decorum and unflinchingly revealing what was crawling underneath. Yes, so this is 1957. Like I said, this is one of the ones that I have watched. I'm going to start with the ones that I have watched, and this is actually going to be this week's episode of It's a Wonderful Podcast, the main show. So I was really taken with this one. It is a very, very dark movie. It's a very, very... it does not have a great opinion of the media or gossip or anything like that, really. And it's pretty ruthless. It's a pretty ruthless movie. Burt Lancaster really does some deplorable things, and Tony Curtis does as well. I mean, this is a really different type of role for Tony Curtis. It's a great, great, great movie. It really is. It was one of those really dark, kind of bleak movies, but one that you feel like you could watch over and over again. Like, it didn't upset you. It was just a very pessimistic movie, it would have to say. But a great, great, great movie. Sweet Smell of Success, 1957, first one. Second one is Nightfall, Jacques Tourneur's Nightfall, with Aldo Ray, Brian Keith, and Anne Bancroft, which I did watch a while ago now. I remember enjoying. It's kind of an on-the-run type of movie, but I will read the back as well. I should have actually told you the features that came with them, because they do, of course, all come with really great special features. So the special features of Sweet Smell of Success, you get all the technical stuff, you know, restored high definition presentations and all this original audio, original mono audio, subtitles, and appreciation by critic and film historian Philip Kemp, author of Lethal Innocence, The Cinema of Alexander McKendrick. Selected scene commentary with Philip Kemp as well. You get a documentary on Alexander McKendrick from 1986, featuring interviews with him, Burt Lancaster, producer James Hill, and many others. The trailer and a reversible sleeve. So I have picked all the sleeves, the display sleeves, for each of these, because they all do come with reversible sleeves. I have picked each of them already. So what you see is what will stay on my shelf, is the best option for it. But inside, I should say as well, inside is just, there's the disc. Sweet Smell of Success. Nightfall, though, Jacques Tourneau's Nightfall. I'll read the back. During his long and varied career, Jacques Tourneur, the comedy of terrors, Cat People, tackled a breadth of genres on both sides of the Atlantic. With 1956's Nightfall, he returns to the noir trappings he tackled so successfully with Out of the Past, for a tale of deception, intrigue, and paranoia. Adapted from the novel by prolific crime fiction author David Goodis, Dark Passage. Nightfall is the story of Jim Vanning, Aldo Ray, an innocent man wrongly accused of murder. On the same night, he has a chance encounter in a bar with a glamorous model, Marie, played by Anne Bancroft. The hoods he's spent the past year running from catch up with him, determined to recover the money they believe he stole from them. Pursued by both the hoods and law enforcement, Vanning and Marie go on the lam, leading to a desperate chase that takes them from the streets of Los Angeles to the snowy peaks of Wyoming. Eschewing both the big names associated with the genre and its familiar urban locales, and featuring striking monochromatic photography by Oscar winner Burnett Guffey, who won his Oscar for From Here to Eternity. Nightfall is a gripping and inventive late-period noir, which shows that even in its twilight years, the genre still had room for innovation. Special features for this one are high-definition presentation, original lossless mono audio soundtrack, subtitles, a new audio commentary by author and critic Brian Reisman, White and Black, a new video appreciation of Nightfall by Philip Kemp, Do I Look Like a Married Man, a new video essay on the themes of Nightfall by author and critic Kat Ellinger, the theatrical trailer, image gallery, and a reversible sleeve. And I really like the artwork on this one, actually. I really do. I don't know how well the camera will show it. It should show it well enough, but I really do like the artwork on this one. And it was a good movie. I don't think it was quite as clever as something like Sweet Smell of Success, but it was a good movie. It was definitely an entertaining movie. I did enjoy this one. Yeah, like I said, it was kind of an on-the-run type noir movie. They're always great. Nightfall from 1956. Next up, we have Olivia de Havilland and Lou Ayres in The Dark Mirror. This is directed by... Who is it directed by? Who was The Dark Mirror directed by? It was directed by someone notable, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure it was. Oh yes, Robert Siodmak, that's why, yes. Of course, I knew it was. I'd watched this one as well. Olivia de Havilland playing twins in this movie. One evil twin and one reserved twin, shall we say. It's really quite interesting. I've seen Betty Davis do that in A Stolen Life and things, but it was quite fun to see Olivia de Havilland do it in this movie. The Dark Mirror. A man is stabbed to death, and all the signs are that his lover, Terry Collins, as Olivia de Havilland, is the culprit. But it's impossible for Lieutenant Stevenson, played by Thomas Mitchell, to prove this, as Terry has an identical twin sister, Ruth, and there's no way of demonstrating which one has the cast iron alibi. From this gimmicky premise, director Robert Siodmak, who is a great director of noir, and producer-screenwriter Nunnally Johnson fashion a fascinatingly complex psychological film noir as a psychologist, played by Lou Ayres, with a specialist interest in twins, is brought in to help solve the crime. Delving deep into the persona of each sister, he finds himself falling in love with Ruth, which simultaneously helps him garner a better understanding of the twins' relationship while also putting himself in considerable peril. With the aid of impressively seamless special effects devised by the legendary Eugen Schuften, who worked on Metropolis, Olivia de Havilland gives a virtuoso performance as both sisters, only revealing their very different personalities when they're alone together. One warm and loving, the other an ice-cold murderess. And it's a great description of it. I can't give a better description of it than that. It's a very, very interesting movie. A really effective noir movie. And just fascinating to see Olivia de Havilland play twins. I did very much enjoy this one. The features you get with it, high definition presentation, original mono audio, subtitles, commentary by film historian Adrian Martin. Noah Eisenberg on The Dark Mirror, the author and scholar, provides a detailed analysis of the film. The Dark Mirror 1950, a condensed radio play adaptation starring Olivia de Havilland. The International Poster Gallery, a trailer for Siodmak's other 1946 film noir, The Killers, which may be coming up later. And a reversible sleeve. So yeah, this is 1946 as well, I should say. Yes, The Dark Mirror. Next up, we have a really great little movie, which is Joseph H. Lewis's My Name is Julia Ross, which stars Nina Foch and somebody else. Nina Foch is Julia Ross in this movie. She is the main star of this movie. But I will read the back. We have here, if I can read the back. After a promising start on Poverty Row Quickies, Joseph H. Lewis made his first film at Columbia and established himself as a director to watch with this gothic-tinged, Hitchcockian breakout hit, which later proved so popular that Columbia promoted it to A feature status. The morning after Julia Ross, played by Nina Foch, takes a job in London as secretary to a wealthy widow, Mrs. Williamson Hughes, who's played by Dame May Whitty. She wakes up in a windswept Cornish mansion, having been drugged. Mrs. Hughes and her volatile son Ralph, George Macready, attempt to gaslight Julia into believing she is Ralph's wife, Marion. Her belongings have been destroyed, the windows barred, and the locals believe that she's mad. Will Julia be able to escape before she falls prey to the Hughes' sinister charade? And what happened to the real Marion Hughes? A briskly paced and brilliantly stylized mystery that grabs its audience from the start, My Name is Julia Ross immediately cemented Lewis's place in the noir pantheon and anticipated the elaborate identity-based deceptions found in future classic thrillers like Hitchcock's Vertigo and Brian De Palma's Obsession. It is a really, really great movie. It's only about 70 minutes long, 65 minutes long even, so it's really, really short. But it's a really, really great noir movie. The best gaslighting movie this side of Gaslight, basically. It really is very, very effective. And Nina Foch, I just think, is great in this movie. As a completely strong-willed woman just being fed all these lies around her. And Joseph H. Lewis is a great director of noir as well, that I've only just kind of recently come to appreciate a lot. No small part due to the fact that I've recently watched this movie, which I just think is great. The features here, you get the 2K restoration of the film, original audio, subtitles, you get a commentary by noir expert Alan K. Rode, Identity Crisis, Joseph H. Lewis at Columbia, The Nitrate Diva, provides the background, or I should say Nora Fior provides the background and an analysis of the film, theatrical trailer and reversible sleeve. So there you go. My name is Julia Ross. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful movie. Next up, we have a movie that was covered on It's a Wonderful Podcast, the main show, a long time ago, a not a noir movie. This is Born Yesterday. George Cukor's Born Yesterday with Judy Holliday, William Holden, and Broderick Crawford is a delightful movie. It really is a rom-com. It's a just delightful rom-com, and I had to pick it up because it fit in with the Arrow Academy collection of all these other movies that I was getting recently. But it is a wonderful movie. It's a really, really charming, sweet, delightful movie. I will read the back, though. From one of the truly legendary directors of Hollywood's golden era, George Cukor, comes the beloved comedy classic Born Yesterday. Judy Holliday gives an unforgettable Oscar-winning performance as Billy Dawn, the dumb blonde girlfriend of corrupt millionaire junkyard tycoon Harry Brock, Broderick Crawford. A man with social ambitions, Harry is embarrassed by Billy's uncouth behaviour and lack of social refinement, so he sends her on a crash course in culture with a young journalist, Paul Verrill, William Holden. Billy proves to be an able student in lessons of life and love, whilst also becoming all too aware that her partner's crooked business dealings, or of her partner's crooked business dealings. Emboldened by her new education, she stands up to Harry and his bad ways. Acclaimed for its delectably witty screenplay, Born Yesterday is a tour de force of comic acting which boasts sizzling performances from its main players and pitch-perfect direction from Cukor. The film is presented here for the first time in stunning high definition with selection of informative and entertaining extras, which are all the technical stuff that we've heard in the others, as well as Yesterday Today, a newly filmed video appreciation by film critic Jeff Andrew. You get Blonde Ambition. The academic Richard Dyer celebrates the Oscar-winning actress Judy Holliday. You get a new video essay on the film by critic David Cairns, an image gallery, original trailer, and a reversible sleeve. It's a lovely, lovely movie. I'm a big fan of Born Yesterday. I like that I've got another George Cukor movie in my collection as well, because he's just great too. Born Yesterday, 1950. Next up, we have another Joseph H. Lewis movie, and these are now the ones that I haven't actually seen, so I can't really speak on them. But I'm led to believe that this movie is a great, great movie. This is The Big Combo by Joseph H. Lewis with Cornel Wilde, Richard Conte, Brian Donlevy, and Gene Wallace. We have here Lieutenant Diamond, Cornel Wilde, is determined to bring down mob boss Mr. Brown, Richard Conte, even if it means jeopardizing his own career. But the feeling is mutual, and the unscrupulous gangster is more than willing to operate outside the law to get his man. The confrontation escalates, leading to some wince-inducing set pieces involving such handy props as a radio and a hearing aid. Torture, apparently, in this movie. How very exciting in a movie from 1955. This movie, 1955. This masterpiece from Joseph H. Lewis, drenched with sleazy innuendo, came late to the film noir cycle, but is now considered one of the defining examples of the genre, not least thanks to some extraordinary lighting by the great cinematographer John Alton, and a heartbreaking performance by Gene Wallace. The film also boasts a menacing early performance from pre-stardom Lee Van Cleef as one of Brown's henchmen. Exciting. When the film was revived in London in the mid-70s, a breathless Time Out review called it almost certainly the greatest movie ever made. As heady as amyl nitrate and as compulsive as stamping on insects. It just gets you into really wanting to watch this movie. I don't actually know why I haven't put this one on yet, to be honest with you, because everywhere I look says that the big combo is a great noir and a really good Joseph H. Lewis noir. I think I need to watch this movie, possibly even tonight as I'm recording this. Maybe, who knows? But the big combo, 1955. I am excited very, very much to watch that one. Next up, we have Hold Back the Dawn with Charles Boyer, Olivia de Havilland, and Paulette Goddard. I think this is more of a romancy movie that I like to describe them as. I like this artwork as well. It's similar to the artwork for Nightfall. It's a similar style. I really do like it. But here we have Hold Back the Dawn, which is from one of the most underrated directors of Hollywood's golden era, Mitchell Leeson. Comes the heart-rending romantic drama Hold Back the Dawn. Charles Boyer gives an enthralling performance as George Iscovescu, a Romanian-born gigolo who arrives at a Mexican border town seeking entry to the US. Faced with a waiting period of 8 years, George is encouraged by his former dancing partner, Anita, Paulette Goddard, to marry an American girl and desert her once safely across the border. He successfully targets visiting school teacher Emmy Brown, Olivia de Havilland, but his plan is compromised by a pursuing immigration officer and blossoming feelings of genuine love for Emmy. A moving and thoughtful film with a wonderful script co-written by Billy Wilder. Hold Back the Dawn benefits from evocative performances by Boyer and de Havilland and an overarching sense of romantic melancholy. An enduring classic of its era, Leeson's film was nominated for no less than 6 Oscars and is presented here in high definition for the first time. Sounds like a very interesting romantic drama, I must say. I was interested to watch it, to get this and watch it anyway, because would have been on my wish list of Blu-rays, wouldn't it? But it really does sound very, very interesting. The features you get with it here, all the technical stuff, of course, and the subtitles, as well as a new audio commentary by film scholar Adrian Martin, Love Knows No Borders, a newly filmed video appreciation by critic Jeff Andrew, the John Player Lecture, Olivia de Havilland, a career-spanning onstage audio interview with Olivia de Havilland, recorded at the National Film Theatre in 1971, rare hour-long radio adaptation of Hold Back the Dawn from 1941, starring Charles Boyer, Paulette Goddard and Susan Haywood, a gallery of original stills and promotional images, and a reversible sleeve. So yes, this is 1941 as well, this movie, I should say. It just sounds really, really interesting. A really, seems very, very thoughtful plot, the kind of green card marriage type situation that you then just leave, that I always find interesting in romance movies, because there always ends up being some sort of feelings that develop, doesn't there? And this movie looks no different in that sense. But given that it's co-written by Billy Wilder as well in the early 40s, this is really interesting to me. I like the sound of this a lot. Hold Back the Dawn there. I don't know if some of these actually come with booklets. They do. I just felt the weight of it. Some of them do actually come with booklets, so Hold Back the Dawn has a booklet as well. I will say, actually, now, if any of the others do have a booklet. I don't think they do, because I don't think the weight of them was right to have a booklet. Maybe Born Yesterday. Yeah, Born Yesterday has a booklet there. That's a booklet. And so the booklets always have nice, like, writings in and archival reviews or an essay or interesting images and all that kind of stuff in them. So I always like the booklets. My Name is Julia Ross also has a booklet there. That's why they're worth getting, these type of Blu-rays, because they always come with so much additional stuff that just really helps the appreciation of a movie, or really helps you to appreciate the movie. And because I'm naturally a collector anyway, because they're all of the same type of collection. They look really nice on the shelf. Yeah, so that's the only booklets we have so far. Next up, we have another non-noir movie, actually, so that's quite interesting. This is Magnificent Doll with Ginger Rogers and David Niven. This is a biopic, actually. I think it's a biopic of a who is it? Who's president? Whose president's wife is it? Dolly Payne Madison. So yes, James Madison? Was his name James Madison? President James Madison? Is that right? I hope it is. President Madison's wife, basically. First Lady Dolly Payne Madison, played by Ginger Rogers in this movie. That's what this is. It is 19... when is it? Why does it never easily tell you the year? Come on, Arrow. I want to know the year, Arrow. Why is it actually not telling you? Why did it? 1946. 1946. There you go. Following her Best Actress Oscar win in 1940 for Kitty Foyle, Ginger Rogers was able to spend the next decade and beyond balancing dramatic roles with the lighter musical and comedy performances for which she had become known. The RKO films with Fred Astaire behind her, Rogers found herself in a position where she could appear in Tender Comrade, a black and white film about wives living on the home front one year, and lavish technical or musical Lady in the Dark in the next. In 1946, she was cast by Frank Borzage as one of America's most beloved First Ladies, Dolly Payne Madison, in Magnificent Doll. Written by Irving Stone, whose popular biographical novels would inspire such films as Vincente Minnelli's Lust for Life and Carol Reed's The Agony and Ecstasy, Magnificent Doll traces Madison's journey to the White House from her youth in Virginia at the end of the Revolutionary War to the famed episode in which, during the Battle of Bladensburg, she refused to leave her exalted residence without a portrait of George Washington. In between, she is wooed by two great men of American politics, Senator Aaron Burr, played by David Niven, and his colleague James Madison, played by Burgess Meredith. Lavishly designed, Magnificent Doll boasts cinematography by five-time Oscar nominee Joseph A. Valentine, striking outfits by legendary costume designer Travis Banton, who is best known for his work in a number of Joseph von Sternberg movies with Marlene Dietrich. Oh, exciting, I like that, yes. And Vera West, whose credits include Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, and other classic Universal horror movies. Okay, so this movie's going to look great, clearly. And the costumes are clearly going to be unbelievable, which I love. And even hats by the celebrated milliner and fashion designer Lily Dashe. There you go. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like enormously into biopics more than anything else, but I do like Ginger Rogers. I like when Ginger Rogers does these movies that aren't tap dancing with Fred Astaire. I'd like her doing tap dancing movies with Fred Astaire, sure. But I do like when she ventures out and does these other movies. As the description kind of alluded to there. She's really very interesting in all of her roles. I think she's got a hell of a lot of range. And this movie sounds really quite interesting as a biopic. And I like the cast in there. I like David Niven as Aaron Burr and Burgess Meredith as President Madison. And by all accounts, yeah, it's going to look very lavish and very, glamorous. Special features here: high definition presentation, original mono audio, subtitles, brand new audio commentary by writers and film historians David Del Valle and Sloane DeForest. Ginger Rogers following her own lead, a brand new visual essay by critic and novelist Farron Smith Name on the actors' dramatic roles. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in a lot. And reversible sleeve. And I really like this artwork as well, actually. I really like this artwork. I think it comes with a booklet. It does come with a booklet. I could tell by the weight of it. There's the booklet. Lovely stuff. Magnificent Doll with Ginger Rogers. Next up, we have Crime and Punishment from 1935 with Peter Lorre and Edward Arnold. It's a Joseph von Sternberg movie. Yay! Success! Celebrate more Joseph von Sternberg movies in my collection. I certainly do. I love the guy as a director, I really do. And obviously, I love Peter Lorre as a weird actor. Of course I do. And Edward Arnold looks like an owl. I always say he just looks like an owl. And I find him a great actor, I do, but he is owlish in his appearance. But this is Crime and Punishment. This is an adaptation of is it Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment? Is that who wrote Crime and Punishment? It's what it is. But I will read the back. After fleeing Nazi Germany following the success of M and re-establishing himself in Britain as a villain for Alfred Hitchcock, the great Peter Lorre arrived in Hollywood in 1935. Signed to a contract with Columbia Pictures, his dream star vehicle, a big screen adaptation of Dostoevsky's most famous novel Crime and Punishment, his choice of director, Joseph von Sternberg. Well done, Peter Lorre. Peter Lorre has just as much respect and admiration for Joseph von Sternberg as I do, and I like that. Already celebrated and castined in equal measure for his 7-film collaboration with Marlene Dietrich, of course. Roderick Raskolnikov has graduated from university as a noted expert in criminology, but nonetheless lives in extreme poverty. Desperate and anguished, he murders a miserly pawnbroker, stealing her valuables before fleeing into the night. The next day he encounters Inspector Porphyry, Edward Arnold. The detective is assigned to the murder and is asked by Porphyry to consult on the case when an innocent man is arrested as a suspect. How long until the conflicted, guilt-ridden Raskolnikov arouses the master detective's suspicions. So I've never really understood kind of what Crime and Punishment was about anyway as a novel. If that's what it is about, it really does sound very interesting. I mean, this is mid-30s, this is young, kind of vibrant Peter Lorre. I like that. And it's von Sternberg. I like that. So, yes to this movie, very much so. I did want to grab this movie. I don't really know why I've not watched this one yet either, to be perfectly honest with you, but I haven't. But I certainly will be doing very, very soon, having just reread the back of it then. Special features here: high definition presentation, original mono audio, isolated music and effects track, optional subtitles, select scene commentary by Stephen D. Youngkin, author of The Lost One, A Life of Peter Lorre, Light and Dark, a newly filmed appreciation by David Thompson, critic and director of Joseph von Sternberg, The Man Who Made Dietrich, yes. The Double Face of Peter Lorre, 1984, an hour-long German TV documentary directed by Harun Faroki. Presumably that is a documentary about Peter Lorre. Mystery in the Air, Crime and Punishment, a 1947 radio adaptation with Lorre reprising the role of Raskolnikov. An image gallery including rare stills from the archive of Stephen D. Youngkin and a reversible sleeve. Yes. A lot of good features there, actually. A lot of good features in this one. I think it does also come with a booklet. It does. There's the booklet. We like that. Yes. Great pickup. Great pickup. Crime and Punishment. Joseph von Sternberg. Peter Lorre. We enjoy these things. Next up, we have 5 more here that we will get through. Of course we will. This is So Dark the Night. I think these are actually the few that I picked up in my very latest spending spree from Arrow, as well as things from another company as well. But this is So Dark the Night from 1946. This is another Joseph H. Lewis movie. And this, Lebac, like his contemporaries Howard Hawks and Billy Wilder, Joseph H. Lewis dabbled in many genres but excelled in the film noir tradition. A Hitchcockian tale of mystery and intrigue so dark the night was one of his finest pictures. Inspector Cassan, a renowned Paris detective, departs to the country for a much-needed break. There he falls in love with the innkeeper's daughter, Nanette, who is already betrothed to the local farmer. On the evening of their engagement party, Nanette and the farmer both disappear. Cassan takes up the case immediately to discover what happened to them and who is responsible. As with his celebrated noir masterpieces My Name is Julia Ross and The Big Combo, both of which I've just shown you, Lewis elevates the twisty pulpy material with some of the finest noir touches the genre has to offer. Beautifully shot by Oscar-winning cinematographer Bernard Guffey. There you go. It sounds like an interesting little movie, this. I don't think it's a very long movie at all. No, this is a 70-minute movie. It's not a very long movie. You're going to get good stuff, though, because it's a Joseph H. Lewis noir movie. You're guaranteed to enjoy yourself. Take my word for that. Take my word for that. Special features for this one, a 2K restoration of the film, uncompressed or original mono audio, optional subtitles, an audio commentary by critics Glenn Kenny and Farron Smith Name, A Dark Place, Joseph H. Lewis at Columbia. Critic Imogen Sarah Smith provides the background and analysis of the film. You get the theatrical trailer and a reversible sleeve for So Dark the Night, 1946. Next up, we have another Robert Siodmak film. This is Phantom Lady with Franchot Tone and Ella Raines. I think Alan Curtis is also in this movie. Again, Robert Siodmak's just a great director, as I said before, and there's been a few of his movies in this as well. I really, really like this artwork as well. I really, really like this artwork on the front of this Blu-ray for Phantom Lady. It looks like a horror movie. It's not a horror movie. It's a noir, but it really looks like a horror movie. I love that so much. And even the fact that it's called Phantom Lady. I mean, look at the font on the actual title of the movie. It looks like it's blood dripping. It's ridiculous. Anyway, from one of the masters of the film noir, Robert Siodmak, The Killers and the Dark Mirror, comes the consummate crime classic Phantom Lady. After a fight with his wife, Scott Henderson, Alan Curtis, heads to a bar to drown his sorrows. There, he strikes up a conversation with a mysterious, despondent lady who agrees to accompany him to a show uptown, but withholds her name. Arriving home, Scott is met by grimly countenanced cops. His wife has been strangled with one of his neckties, and he is the prime suspect. He has a solid alibi, but his theatre companion is nowhere to be found, and no one remembers seeing them together. When Scott is charged with murdering his wife, it falls to his devoted secretary, Kansas, played by Ella Raines, to find the Phantom Lady and save Scott from the electric chair. Adapted from a hit novel by acclaimed crime writer Cornell Woolrich, Phantom Lady boasts stylish cinematography, cruel characters, and memorable performances from Ella Raines and Franchot Tone. The film is presented here for the first time in stunning high definition. So yes, I like the sound of this. Mysterious figures. Is he imagining things? Did he maybe murder his wife? And he's just making things up in his mind. Is it an unreliable narrator situation? What's going on here? That really intrigues me as a description on the back of this movie, actually. It does. And I think Franchot Tone plays one of the cops in this movie, which is going to be quite fun to see. I don't think I've seen Franchot Tone play dark characters. I think I've only really seen him play quite either heroic or romantic leading characters, and I don't think he is that in this movie. So that's nice as well. But this is 1944. The features we get with this one: high definition presentation, uncompressed original audio soundtrack, optional subtitles, Dark and Deadly, 50 Years of Film Noir, an insightful archival documentary featuring contributions from Robert Wise, Edward Dmytryk, Dennis Hopper and more. Wow. Yes, I'm into that. That sounds like an excellent feature. I love that. Yes, this is perfect. A rare hour-long 1944 radio dramatisation of Phantom Lady by the Lux Radio Theatre, starring Alan Curtis and Ella Raines. A gallery of original stills and promotional materials and a reversible sleeve, as well as I can feel a booklet in here. There it is. There's a booklet. But oh my god, what a great feature that is. A 50 Years of Noir documentary that you get in the features of Phantom Lady. This is great. It sounds like a really interesting movie, and that documentary, I need that right now. So I think this one's going to have to be a please watch this very soon Morgan type movie. Phantom Lady, 1944. Just a few more here. We have a Fritz Lang movie. Oh, exciting. Which is Hanged Men Also Die, which is Fritz Lang noirs. We know that Fritz Lang noirs are also wonderful, aren't they? We love a good Fritz Lang noir. They're very nasty, usually. But very, very good. Very, very good. Like The Big Heat, for example. But in Hanged Men Also Die, which has wonderful artwork on that, I really like that as well. You clearly do get a booklet with this one as well. It's also dual format, actually, this one. But you do get a booklet. There's the booklet. I will read the back now. We have: at the height of the Nazi occupation of Czechoslovakia, 4 German exiles in Hollywood, director Fritz Lang, playwright Bertolt Brecht, earning his only US credit, composer Hans Eisler, and actor Hans-Heinrich von Twardowski pooled their talents to create Hanged Men Also Die, a remarkable film about the Czech resistance. Twardowski plays Reinhard Heydrich, an SS... I mean, that's a ridiculously long German word. If anybody can pronounce this word for me, I would be, if you can see that, look at this word. What is this ridiculous German word? I mean, it's not a ridiculous word, is it? It's just a long German word. I don't speak German. I can't. Obergruppenführer, it sounds like, or it looks like. I've got no idea if that's the correct pronunciation whatsoever. Anyway, Twardowski plays the Reich protector of Czechoslovakia. There you go. Known alternately as the Hangman and the Butcher of Prague. When he is assassinated by a surgeon played by Brian Donlevy, the city is locked down and the Doctor must rely on the help of the resistance to evade capture. Shot by the great James Wong Howe, Hanged Men Also Die is a gripping blend of war picture, film noir and political thriller. It certainly sounds like one of the good old-fashioned Fritz Lang's We Hate Nazis movies. Which, yes, obviously. But when it comes from someone like Fritz Lang, who, and other such people, like it said here, Bertolt Brecht and Hans Eisler and Hans-Heinrich von Twardowski, who plays this Butcher of Prague. When it comes from people like that who have fled Nazi Germany, these types of movies tend to feel a little bit more personal. They're able to be a little bit more grim, but in a kind of, in an appreciative way, not in a kind of exploitative way or anything like that. A very authentic way. So I like the sound of this a lot. It is, when's this one from? 1942 as well. This is 1942. It's 135 minutes, so it's easily the longest movie in this entire pile. At 2 hours 15. Like I said as well, it comes with a booklet. The features 2K restoration from the original film materials, optional subtitles, audio commentary by film historian Richard Pena, Story of a Hangman, Robert Gervarth on Reinhard Heydrich, an interview with the author of Hitler's Hangman, The Life of Heydrich, Restoration Comparison, that sounds interesting, a trailer, and a reversible sleeve. So yes, Hangmen Also Die, Fritz Lang. We like Fritz Lang movies. The penultimate movie for today's collection is Black Angel, starring Dan Daria, June Vincent, and Peter Lorre's back. There it is. This is a Roy William Neill movie. It is from... when is it from? When is it from? I don't know. When was this movie? 1946. Black Angel. Elegantly directed by Hollywood veteran Roy William Neill, best known for his 11 Sherlock Holmes movies with Basil Rathbone. Black Angel is an underappreciated film noir treasure, adapted from a novel by the acclaimed crime writer Cornell Woolrich, Phantom Lady. So there you go. More Cornell Woolrich-based movies as well. When the beautiful singer Mavis Marlowe Constance Dowling is slain in her chic apartment, the men in her life become suspects. There is Martin Blair, Dan Daria, her alcoholic musician ex-husband, nursing a broken heart. There is the shady nightclub owner Marco, Peter Lorre, who has been sneaking around her place. And there is Kirk Bennett, John Phillips, the adulterer who found his mistress's dead body and fled the scene. Can I just also say there that Peter Lorre is a shady nightclub owner? It's just perfect casting. I love that so much. That fits Peter Lorre like a glove. That's wonderful. Where were we up to? When Bennett is convicted and sentenced to death, his long-suffering wife, Catherine June Vincent, joins forces with the heartbroken pianist Martin Blair to uncover the truth. Black Angel is a consummate 40s crime thriller which boasts a suspenseful narrative, strong performances, and atmospheric, meticulously lit cinematography. Roy William Neill's film is presented here in sumptuous restoration with several illuminating new extras. Those extras are brand new restoration, of course, yes, uncompressed mono audio, optional subtitles, new audio commentary by the writer and film scholar Alan K. Rode, a fitting end, a new video appreciation by the film historian Neil Sinyard, original trailer, gallery of stills, and a reversible sleeve. No booklet in this one, I don't think, either. No booklet in this one, but a really interesting sounding movie again. And Peter Lorre, you can never ever go wrong with Peter Lorre. So again, I'm interested in all of these movies. Of course I am, especially being on the noir kick I'm on lately. But there you have Black Angel from 1946. Lastly, and I've saved this one to last for a reason, because it's probably the most famous movie on this entire list, I would say. And perhaps, I mean, maybe Sweet Smell of Success, but perhaps the most well-revered and considered, you know, the best, which is Robert Siodmak, again, directed this movie. It is 1946's The Killers, with Burt Lancaster and Ava Gardner. Burt Lancaster's first big movie, I think. But Burt Lancaster, Ava Gardner, Robert Siodmak directing. Ernest Hemingway's The Killers. It does have a remake from the 60s, mid-60s, with, I think Don Siegel directed that movie with Lee Marvin. I think you can also get that on these Arrow Academy Blu-Rays, actually, but I went for the 46 version because it's me. Ernest Hemingway's spare, laconic short story about two professional killers and their encounter with a mysteriously unresisting victim was significantly expanded into this all-time film noir classic, which Hemingway said was the first adaptation of his work that he really admired. As washed-up boxer turned hitman victim Ollie Swede Anderson, Burt Lancaster made his screen debut and was catapulted to instant stardom, not least for the screen chemistry that he showed opposite sultry Ava Gardner, whose Kitty Collins is the very personification of the femme fatale. I mean, look at that for a front cover as well. I did switch this one out for the reversible sleeve, I must say, because I just really liked this poster. I think it's a beautiful poster on the front of that, I should say. German emigre Robert Siodmak was one of the directors who helped create Film-Noir, and Woody Bredell's high-contrast cinematography, all harsh lighting and long shadows, elevates the film far above a conventional crime drama. But even on that level, it's a first-rate demonstration of how to maintain narrative tension with the flashback structure withholding crucial details until almost the very end. There you go. The Killers. Robert Siodmak's The Killers. There's something about German and German emigre filmmakers that I just really am into. There really, really is. Of this time, I mean, I just find their movies particularly... I don't know, there's something about them that just grips me. I really find the style just particularly engrossing, I will have to say. But the special features for this one: newly restored high-definition presentation, original mono audio, isolated music and effects soundtrack to highlight Miklos Rosa's famous score, optional subtitles, Frank Krutnik on The Killers, a video piece by the author of In a Lonely Street, which introduces the film and offers a detailed commentary on 4 key scenes. Heroic Fatalism, a video essay adapted from Philip Booth's comparative study of multiple versions of The Killers. 3 archive radio pieces inspired by The Killers: the 1949 Screen Directors Playhouse adaptation with Burt Lancaster and Shelley Winters, a 1946 Jack Benny spoof, the 1958 suspense episode 2 for the Road, which reunited original Killers William Conrad and Charles McGraw. Trailers for The Killers, Brute Force, The Naked City and Rafifi, and a reversible sleeve featuring one of the original posters, which I assume is this. There you go. The Killers. I really should watch this one as well. This is going to be high on the please watch this now list from this pile as well. But there we go. That is going to do it. 14 new Arrow. There's no booklet in that one either, unfortunately, I don't think. No. 14 new Arrow Academy Blu-Rays. I mean, they're a wonderful company, really, Arrow, and they seem to do a good deal of noir, and I'm enjoying that my shelf over there just has more and more noir on it as the months go by at the minute. But I'm very interested to get into those ones in there that I haven't seen yet, and they're very well worth checking out. The ones that I have seen that I've told you about. But yes, I'm very excited, and I am. I need to go and watch some of them. I really do. But yes, thank you for watching this latest Morgan's Movie Collection video. I will be back with another one pretty soon, I would imagine, as there's another little set of movies that I bought recently that I haven't shown off yet. But yes, thank you for watching this. Let me know your thoughts on any of these movies, if you're interested in seeing them, or if you have seen them and enjoyed them, or what you think on them. Whole big comment section down below. Or you can, of course, tweet at the Purple Don with a 3 instead of the E in the because 3 is, of course, the magic number, to tell me what you may think as well. Let me know if you would like to see anything else from my movie collection videos, best of lists, top things, an entire company's movies that I do own, anything like that. Aside from just what I've picked up lately, which I always enjoy doing anyway. because there's always interesting things to talk about. But yes, you can find all the links to all the fun stuff in the descriptions. The Patreon, if you would like to support there, the donation link as well, if you would like to support that way. We could not do what we do on It's a Wonderful Podcast without that support. It is so very appreciated, and I mean that sincerely. Of course I do. But subscribe, ding your notification bells on this YouTube channel, and subscribe to the main podcast feed as well. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have you covered there on the It's a Wonderful Podcast feed on all major podcast platforms. And check out all the fun stuff we have on this YouTube channel, on the podcast feed, all over the place. And until next time, I will say goodbye.